Thank you for joining us on the Veteran Owned Business blog vlog.
The vlog.
Still working that part out. So today we have Robyn Grable. She's the founder and CEO of Veterans Ascend. Prior Navy, did 9 years, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So today she's going to talk to us. So give us a little bit of information about what Veterans Ascend is and what it does.
Veterans Ascend is, and thank you, by the way, for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you and your audience and tell you about Veterans Ascend. So Veterans Ascend is an AI-powered talent sourcing platform. And really what that means is for employers, we're helping them build an investment in a talent strategy that's intentional and inclusive to our military talent. So military veterans, military service members transitioning out, and military spouses. We don't use a resume. We do not have candidates apply first. It's about skills matching. It's about helping employers understand the skills they need, not the tasks they need done, but the skills they need to get the job done, and then talking directly to a candidate that has those skills translated from their military or civilian occupational history. So, yeah,
that's incredible.
That's what we do.
I love it because it's hard, right? You've been in the military and trying to get that transition over to civilian speak, I guess.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And when you think about it, you're not taking a skills inventory while you're in the military, right? You're not sitting down every day and saying, oh, I've got this new skill now. Now I can do project management. Now I can do operational planning. We're not doing that. So to try to take 9 years of experience and say, now what skills do I have? It can be tough. Yeah. And then on top of that, you ask 1,000 people how to write a resume and you're going to get 1,000 different answers, right? So it's just very difficult. We changed that.
Awesome. So, yeah, it sounds like a great platform for our community. And at the same time, what a great opportunity for employers to get their positions out to an incredibly talented group of people. So how does this work from the employer side of things? Do they need to how do they get put into your system?
Yeah, so our program is a subscription model. So each subscription is unlimited jobs. And we want employers to create every job they have available, they're planning to have available, they're thinking about having available, because everything stays contained within our program. But we want them to see how a candidate fits across the organization. So a candidate's going to match to more than one if the jobs are there looking for similar skills. So we want them to see how that candidate fits across the organization. For the candidates, we want them to be open and be subjected to multitude of jobs that need their skills. So employers just go and sign up, they pay their subscription fee, they get unlimited jobs, they get unlimited candidates. So there's no pay per job fee, there's no direct hire placement fee. It's a flat subscription fee based on company size. And we work with them to build a relationship to help them build that talent strategy that is 100% intentional, 100% inclusive.
I love it. That's great. It seems like it's a win-win across the board, right?
It really is. It really is. And in today's market, when everybody's scrambling to find the right talent for their organization, we help them get to the right candidate quickly and efficiently. Because when you think about the application process today, it's somebody applying. They think, well, first of all, they have to know about you, right? They have to, as an employer, they've got to know about you as a candidate or an applicant. I've got to know that you have a job or you're even out there, which is huge for us coming out of the military. There are millions of businesses in the US. Where do you even begin to apply for a job? So that's one of the barriers. And then when you get to the application process, you're then filtered out by an applicant tracking system that looks at your previous employer, looks at your previous work title, and determines, do you match the title that you're applying for? So now you're going to try to write your resume to fit yourself into the job rather than having the job fit you because of your skills. So it's a completely broken process. And not only do employers miss out on military talent, but they're missing out on a lot of other talent too with these filters. So it's about helping them get to the right candidates, the right job, quickly and efficiently.
That's great. Very helpful for sure.
Yeah,
So you've been in the industry for, you said 30
a
years overall?
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So when I got out of the Navy, I ended up, because my role in the Navy was data processing, which was kind of a morph between computer programming, computer data, and HR. We did the payroll, we did all these kind of things back in the day. So when I got out, I quickly got into an HR kind of service role and spent 25 years in that role, in various roles. So I transitioned that way. And yes, I've been in the industry for a while. So I've been a recruiter, I've been talent acquisition, I've been business consulting for large and small businesses. I've done the work that we're helping employers do better and differently.
that's awesome. And then, so then that's how Veterans Ascend came about?
It did. So back in 2013, I was finishing my master's in psychology and met an Army veteran's wife. She commented in one of our chat rooms that her husband had been out for about 6 months and could not get an interview. And he
Oh,
was spiraling downward. She didn't know how to help him. And it was a gut punch for me, because I thought, how in the world, 25 years later, after I got out of the Navy, is this still happening? Why is
right.
this so difficult for employers to see the value our military veterans bring to the table, and the skills, the training, the leadership, all these things? And so it really sparked in me, I have to do something. I need to create something that matches an employer looking for skills and a candidate with the skills. And that's how Veterans Ascend was born.
Very cool.
Yeah,
And so it's just under 4 years old then, right?
it is. So the idea came about in 2013. In 2015, I left corporate America to focus on veteran employment. Didn't have the money yet to build the algorithm, build the AI that we have today. So I started trying to do the matchmaking manually, with
Oh
me
boy.
kind of in the middle, me being the computer.
Right.
I quickly realized that was not what I wanted to do, that I had to build the algorithm to do the work. And so in 2018, we were able to get the money to start the company and build the algorithm. So yeah, we're about 4 years old now.
That's awesome. And then,
Yeah.
so since then, how many job seekers have you been able to match through the platform?
Thousands. So we've
Thousands.
got about 60 employers using the program now,
Okay.
and which is really great news, because again, we don't scrape jobs off the internet. We don't scrape jobs off of an employer's job board. So they have to go in intentionally building those job profiles and thinking about the skills they need. So when they match to a candidate with those skills, they're much more open-minded to just talking about the skills, not trying to read a resume and say, well, you were a gunner's mate in the Navy. What in the world can I use you for? This is a pharmaceutical company. How could you fit in here? None of all of that goes away. And it's just those direct conversations. And so we want to make that, make those connections as many times as possible. So they go in and create unlimited jobs and they match instantly. So we've done thousands of matches, hundreds of interviews, and that's how we measure our success, is the number of interviews that we're facilitating between our employers and our candidates.
Oh yeah, I love it. It is a hard process, right? Especially
It
for
is.
somebody who's been in for a while.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I mean, I just remember having, you've got your sheet that kind of tells you what your rating does, but it just doesn't
Yeah.
transfer over the best,
Exactly.
right?
And there's a lot of people that don't want to do exactly what they did in the military, but they have
Sure.
skills, transferable skills to a multitude of other occupations. And when you think about it on the civilian side, less than 1% serves in the military, right? So less
Mm,
than 1% of us have worn the uniform or been in that military culture. So, and as an HR person, when you look at a resume and it's on your head to put that person forward, it's your reputation, it's your job on the line when you're recommending somebody go to an interview. You don't want to look uneducated. You don't want to look like you don't know what you're talking about. So you're going to look at a resume and say, I have no idea what this person did or how they fit into our organization. Your instinct is to turn it over and put it aside, right?
right. Right.
So even if we get through the filters of the applicant tracking system and get to a human being, getting that human being to be comfortable enough to know what we did from that resume is very, very difficult. So we're really breaking all those barriers and helping HR be successful, because sourcing is just a one part of the hiring process. It's a very time consuming and sometimes non-productive part of the hiring process, but it's part of the process, right? But there's so much more. Once you get to that interview stage, now the HR person's got to do interviewing, they've got to do onboarding, they've got to do training, they've got to do retention. So we're helping the HR people be successful in getting the right candidates quickly and efficiently for them, so they can do the rest of the candidate experience much better than they're able to do today. So,
Very helpful, I'm sure. I know.
yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I would have loved something like that when I was looking earlier. So,
Right?
so
Yeah.
what do you love most about what you do?
Oh my gosh, everything.
Everything.
I love, my staff will tell you that I don't sleep because I love to do what I do. It does not work. It doesn't feel like work.
Mhm.
We're just helping people. We're helping military be recognized, veterans for their service, military spouses for their service. Military spouses get filtered out because they have gaps in their work history. They have lack of career progression because they'll start over the same type of job everywhere they go, the next duty station. And to an employer with limited knowledge of how that works, they will just assume that you can't hold down a job, that you can't progress, right? Which is totally unfair. Military spouses are some of the most talented people in this country because of what they're asked to do. And so I just love being able to help that talent pool. Same thing with our ability to ascend side and our mission to ascend, and then help the employers be successful. There are a lot of small businesses in this country with less than 20 employees. Every one of those employees is important, and businesses do not grow without employees.
That's
Bottom
so
line,
true.
you are never going to grow a business without employees. So why not have the right ones quickly and efficiently to hit the ground running for you? And so I just love that I get to do that every day, every minute of the day.
I would love that too.
Right?
I can see how
I
wonderful that
know.
would be.
It's so much fun. It's just, yeah.
So, what would you say was your biggest learning curve with starting Veterans Ascend?
Financials,
Okay. Yeah.
probably. We bootstrapped in the beginning. I had some money. We had sold a house, a second house that we had, so I had the money from that. Went to a big bank, was trying to get a loan. We were all the way down the process of them giving us the loan, so I'd already told our developers, "Hey, green light, go." They'd already started developing the product, and the bank pulled the rug out from under us.
Oh no.
And so it was a struggle to find, what do I do now? And because we were a software company, we weren't building a brick and mortar establishment. We didn't have tangible assets. We didn't have anything that the bank could say I could sell off if this isn't successful. So no
Right.
one would take the chance on us. So that was hard, because I learned the hard lesson the hard way, not to commit to doing something until you actually have the money in hand. So that was a hard lesson. But I have to say, I was born to do this. I know that. My whole life has been leading up to this. So I would tell people, if you truly are passionate about what business you want to start, don't give up. It's truly your calling. Just keep going. Find resources. Check the next box. Do the next resource. They're out there. You'll make it. I have no idea really how we've really made it these last 4 years financially, but we have, and we're growing. So it's just super exciting to see where we're going from here. So
That is very exciting. Seems like
yeah.
well, so you actually answered my next question, what would be your biggest recommendation for someone who wanted to start their own business? So
Yep.
that's great.
I would
So
also say too, just to use the resources out there.
yes.
Don't try to go it alone. Find a mentor, find a group that can, is in the same industry you want to work in, your business is in. Ask for help. Now that's difficult for veterans, right?
Very hard.
We are not used to asking for help. It's a get it done attitude. And that can be our downfall if we refuse to ask for help. So don't feel like that's a weakness. Get a mentor, get some resources. Definitely don't try to go it alone.
That's great. You got a double tip there.
There you
And I
go.
love both of them. All
Yeah.
right. So that is all the questions that I have for you today. So give me your pitch.
We are really about helping people and making direct connections between the employers who truly need the military talent and our military talent who truly deserve a great career after their service. So that's what we're all about, whether we're doing that via our algorithm or we're doing that via our staff that's helping connect them to other resources. We're here to help. So that's
Thank
Veterans
you.
Ascend.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.